I see you, stuck on autopilot, day in and day out, life's precious time just ticking away. Stagnant, every day just bleeding together. Why do you feel like this? Because you've overgrown yourself, darling. You have outgrown the dull safety net that basic-ass society has provided for you. It is time to shed this conformity thinking. It's time to shed it like a snakeskin. How, you ask? Well, this video is going to teach you how to become your greatest self yet, where to start, and how to navigate your personal journey. Now grab some paper and pen because we will be making a few lists to make a couple of points along the way. Such as at least 90% of the people around you in your life want you to fail. Learning how to own one's actions to unlock your true starting point and potentials in your own life. All skills of shedding your old self and stepping into the world renewed and whole. And the most important skill, how to reclaim your thinking and your speaking patterns. So let's begin, shall we? As most, you are overwhelmed, there's too much to do, and you don't even know where to begin. Well, love, that is a simple yet scary answer, because it all starts with you. The one that you are trained to ignore for the dream, the hustle and grind of life. The one that you're trained to ignore because it didn't fit in, and it was just too loud. This is your core true self controlling your emotions and spontaneous actions, because it wants you to stop pretending. You cannot find those who love and accept you as you are until you find yourself, your true self. And you cannot find this true self in other people. You can apply the lessons that they learned in their life to yourself, and that is it. Different outcomes for each individual. So it's better to figure out your main focus in life and get that one big deliberate goal that you're going to be trying to achieve. But what does living in your happiness feel like? Where does your values lie? Are you a person who is constantly overachieving for others? So do you place value in your family, in your home, constantly doing the hustle and grind and not being there for them because you want to provide for them instead? Or learn self-health and love to be able to provide the home, the family, the relationship status that you want to acquire. The greatest thing that you can do for any loved one out there is not self-sacrifice. It is actually learning how to live and be your greatest self yet, so you can learn how to show up for others that you love and yourself and the world the way that you need to be. And learning how to show up for yourself in life looks like owning your actions. And this is the number one step to growth. This is the number one step to healing. This is the number one step to acquiring all of your goals. All by first learning how to unlock your hostile patterns and traits placed there by society and family. As a whole, you must shed all of your old beliefs and old self in order to step into life anew. You must shed all the misconceptions of mind and society. You must shed everything that holds you back. And this allows you to step into your true self. All by shedding your conditional thinking and leaving all the lies that society has taught you behind. Just because you wanted to normalize yourself and fit in, just because they told you that your productivity is your worth, where's the value lie? So this allows us to reprogram and reorganize our vocabulary itself, the way we think and the way we speak. By shedding the vocabulary constraints that promote self-hatred and manipulation, all words that society has normalized for self-victimization. And for some of you, this looks like shedding the shell of narcissistic family members and friends around you. The ones who are always casting shadows of doubt in name of protecting you because they say that they love you. Anybody always keeping you at arm's length, never fully letting you in and always just giving you judgment and never encouragement. This means it's time to break free to your own self and life. This looks like learning how to show up for yourself during life's lowest moments. The moments that nobody else are going to be there for, because they were never there for your great moments. And it's in these low moments is when life and universe is forcing you to remember everything that you have come through in life so far. Everything that you have not just survived, but thrived through. It is trying to let you focus on everything that you have learned in those low moments so you can now apply it to your current one. So stop just surviving and dodging all the crap that life is throwing at you, yeah? These are the moments of self-reflection. All the things that you are forced to do and become by life and society as a whole. All things that were not you at heart, but still had to do. This is not you. This is not your identity. Life is trying to teach you what your true self is. Just because you are forced to be something for a certain amount of time does not make that you. So for a moment, just ask yourself, why were you forced to become all of these different individuals in these situations? Close your eyes and truly ask, why? This is where you find your seed of abundance planted within you. Roots of greatness form in your veins and heart, teaching you how to apply your own knowledge to yourself. Owning all parts of you, the good, the bad, and the ugly, so you can fully embrace your truest potential and starting points in life, mentally, physically, and spiritually. You're learning what your own integrity is. And this, my love, is bringing you to your whole self for the very first time, in the form of recognition and acceptance. Now, for some of you, I get it. Don't be frightened. This is just your starting point, learning how to accept all the things that you had to do and become. Let's face it, the world's forced you into a corner. Now you're faced with accepting all of your own actions. I'm here to let you know that you cannot fix your past. What you can do is prepare your right now and future self for when all of your past flops come back to haunt. Whether it be 1 month from now or 10 years from now, everything you do in life circles back around because this is the universe seeing if you have grown. How many of the lessons of life did you actually apply to yourself and to the things around you in order to be where you're at now? So everything will circle back around just to test you. The main reason for all of this is because you were never taught self-love and worth. So life is forcing you to show up for yourself, and it's also giving you all of those awkward moments of forgiving and healing. All of this by owning your own true self and the actions that you have done and will be taking here in the future. Now let's talk about the words that you are using eternally. Let's talk about the words that you tell yourself mentally and the words that you use physically to yourself and other people outside your own head. How do you speak these words? Because most of the words in today's society are taught to bind, harm, manipulate, and self-victimize. We're transforming into a great speaking pattern that heals while being spoken properly. No hindering vocabulary. It uplifts, it encourages, it heals, it's loving. It's pure motivation by simple sentence structure. And what do I mean by this? How does that look? Well, let's use a worldwide example of prayer. Now, I don't normally talk religion or politics whatsoever on my channel, but this is something that I believe is done completely incorrectly. Let's give you some examples, so stick with me on this one, yeah? Most of the world's prayers are asking, requesting, demanding, and this is all wrong. So what do I mean by asking? Please heal my son. And what do I mean by requesting? Please take me instead. And what is demanding? You better help or I become the worst human being possible. All of these thinking and speech patterns have one common thread of failure. And that's the fact that they are asking for something. Asking for any one thing tells the universe that it's not there for it to be provided to you. You must feel the most benevolent outcome is already happening and change your speaking pattern to make this sound like truth. Such as, instead of asking for healing, simply stating, "Thank you, universe and life, for healing my son, for I now know the evil is seeping out through this sickness." How about the requesting format? How does that look like? "Thank you for the time that I had with my loved one. I shall live on in their memory and take their strengths as my own." How about the demanding portion? What does that look like? "Thank you for strength and understanding within my solo mission, and I am blessed to learn my true potential within this struggle." All of these examples acknowledge the pain, but they do not dwell within its darkness. Instead, providing strength to the light that is already within it. Because the way you think and speak will always create your reality and its outcomes. So time to break from world for just a moment and come back to your inner truth. And truly ask yourself, have the words and actions that you have been using justifiable? Or are amends needed because of your newfound way of thinking and speaking? Owning these mistakes and not hiding from them allows pure and true growth within you. This is building your personal integrity, a quality that outshines lifetimes. And developing this for yourself looks like owning all of your deliberate actions. It looks like owning all of your words of hate that you deliberately used inside yourself and outwardly towards other people just to manipulate them or to make yourself feel better. So begin recognizing and dropping all the vocabulary and words that gaslight you and others, bring manipulation, self-harm, and hatred. Get rid of all of those. Get rid of anything that holds you back. Again, no hindering vocabulary whatsoever. If any sentence that you speak doesn't have at the end of it a "you got this" feeling, you are using the wrong vocabulary. So recognize that at least 80 to 90% of your speaking is cruel. It's hindering. So don't become your surroundings. You were born to be greater. You are only within these surroundings to find your truest potential. And this looks like not allowing others' opinions to have weight inside your world, because you have developed and started creating self-love and eternal worth. So don't act like nor become your surroundings. You are greater than that. You just happen to be greater than what your surroundings can currently provide for. So life is forcing you into awkward moments and places and phases in order to push you out to find the area of growth that's needed for you. The place to use your abundant potential that you have yet to tap into. All of this is just a growing phase, learning your strengths, finding how far endurance goes inside of you, figuring out all the tools of success for you to have inside your toolkit of life to become your greatest potential self yet. So stop placing time and energy in others that don't help you along your journey. The world needs you to find your greatest possible self and bring it to us. And you deserve this as well. So you are worth the time of taking all of these methods and applying it to yourself in life. Because let's face it, fake friends and family members around you want you to fail. But Toby, people in my life genuinely love me. What are you saying? Okay, grab your pen and paper. Let's put this to a test now. When you have a brilliant idea or a successful moment in your life, who shows up for you? I want you to write down all the names of the people who show up for you. Now I need you to write down how they show up for you. Is it physical? Is it verbal? Is it over a text? And then lastly, I need you to write down the response of how they showed up for you. Say if it was a family member, were they excited? Did they arrive in person to approve? Or did they support you by biting their tongue? Or did they unleash clouds of doubt towards your way in the form of love because you should be careful with this, that, and the third? Or did they just laugh it off in general and say, oh, it's another one of your silly ideas? You need to write down even about your friends and romantic partners. How did they show up for you and what was their reactions? Let me tell you the truth right now. A healthy response will always be encouraging. Even if you are failing at that very moment, a healthy response will be for you to fail to greatness. That is what you need to feel within that response of you got this. Continue on because you will arrive at the answer. And it looks in the form of this. Say if you're dealing with a parent, or if you are the parent and you're dealing with a child that has so many bright ideas but keeps falling on their face. How do you show up for them, still be encouraging, but yet say, take the time and pay attention? Your response will be as a parent, that's okay. You got this. You're going to fail to greatness. Just take a look at every time you fail, what can you change next in order to become better next time around? What this is teaching with a compliment. A friend or a romantic partner can also do it the same way. With a friend, I believe the greatest response that I've ever heard was, I love that. Is there anything I can do to help you with my current skill sets? This leaves the door wide open, letting you know that you're there for them. You see what they're doing and you see their awesomeness, and you're giving them the option of accepting your help or just doing it on their own. And with romantic partners, you actually have to be a little bit more direct, because this is what we all need, is that little bit of boost of, oh, so you do got me. So a partner's response would be, fabulous. Do you need my help in any way, or do you just need me to be here emotionally for you? You're leaving the door open in every aspect that they need, and showing up for them emotionally already by stating your response that way. All of these responses are allowing the other person know that you see them, you see what they're trying to work on, and it leaves the option open if they want to invite you in for help, or if you just want to be there for emotional support. And notice, there was no mocking, there was no doubting, and there was no blaming or laughing at anything, at any type of these situations whatsoever within the responses. Within every situation, you notice that the sentence structure and the language used and provided was encouraging and also gave recognition to them. So know that anybody using sentence structure that holds you back in any way, shape, or form, or that makes you self-doubt, they're trying to manipulate you. And that allows you to know that they are the fake ones. They're the ones that are here to hold you back. And those are the ones that you need to start weeding out of your circles. Even though they show up and say they claim to love you, they are only here to protect you. This is a form of manipulation, okay? Whether it be a friend, a family, a romantic partner, if they're taking your time, your energy away from yourself, if they're devouring your happiness for yourself, they are not there for you. So let's face it, they are not there for your best intentions. So be careful with all these fake people around you inside your life. They will promote all these self-lies and manipulation inside yourself, casting shadows of doubt in every area in life that you try to overcome. This is a type of control. Their manipulation of words keeping you hostage within inside your own brain with doubts and misery. Always living with inside your pain and suffering because you are now miserable with not applying your true potential. So anybody who doesn't see your value and tries to rob from your happiness must go from your inner circle. Give them the boot. Because if you don't get a "you got this vibe for me" attitude at the end of their sentence structures, that's how you know they're not there for you. If you don't feel like they're supporting you, and if any way, shape, or form they're using that sentence structure and their words to manipulate you, they're not there for you. If they're trying to harm you, if they're trying to cast doubt, even if they're asking you questions in forms of, well, what are you thinking? What are your next steps? Well, what about this? What about that? They should be there to listen to your full self first. And then if you ask them their opinion is when they should be delivering that. They shouldn't be stepping right up. Now, a true friend, if you're failing, will step right up and say, hey, baby, I know you're trying to get this done, but you see that you're hindering yourself here, here, and here. So a true friend would tell you the truth immediately. They won't talk about it behind your back. So get rid of all the people trying to steal your time and energy. Just start distancing them and then distance them more. You don't owe them an explanation. Just tell them, sorry, I'm not feeling it. Because lately you have been comfortable in living within your own suffering and pain. Let's face it, the hustle and grind of life that you were taught has taught you to shut down and ignore yourself to the point where you don't even hear the alarm bells going off. And this is when a true friend speaks out in that very moment and says, hey, wake up. Life is starting to pass you by, baby. You got to either start showing up for yourself, or what the hell is this all about? And here's the thing, that true friend also, they're never going to just point out all of your flaws. They're going to offer you solutions. They're going to provide you solutions of greatness for you to get up and help motivate yourself. And this is what a true friendship is, because that goes back and forth, back and forth. So when somebody shows up to you when you are full of doubt saying, you got this, get out there and do your greatest, keep those people in your life. And I'm only saying this to remind you all because we are built to take in toxic relationships. We are built to have what we call the fallen angel syndrome, that we must heal and fix all these broken people because inherently They might be able to wake up and heal us. They will give us permission to start working on ourselves. You don't need permission, love. Asking for that permission is what I call the Cinderella effect. So now you're going from this fallen angel of wanting to constantly help to asking society, paying society, in fact, taking your production in life and pushing it towards society, saying, look what I can do. And you are basically buying love with your productivity. You cannot fix nobody else until you can fix yourself first. And even then, you can only teach somebody how to start fixing themselves. Because again, they have to do it. Only they live within them 100% of the time. This Cinderella effect is clouding all of your judgment, being valued by your productivity and not your worth, because that's how you were taught to seek love. So conditioned from birth to try to fix things, all because you're seeking permission to fix yourself. You don't need permission to heal and be whole once more. It is your birthright to be abundantly great. And all those who don't see it can clear off. Begin learning to self-regulate and make healthy boundaries, not for others, but for yourself. Because you don't want anybody robbing your newfound happiness, something that you had just learned. That is a place of living and being. It is not a destination. It is not a goal. So stop letting others steal from your happiness by attention seeking through doubt seeding. Because remember, as you grow and find yourself, the universe is going to send tests to test you to see if you're applying all the lessons that you have been taught so far, to see if you can actually get out of the hole that it's going to provide for you here in the future faster, better, and become even more gratuitous. So tell life and universe, thank you for teaching me how to become my purest and greatest self yet. Embrace what it throws at you. Because lately, you have been throwing 80% more at yourself than what life and universe has thrown at you. So embrace the task that it gives you as you grow and find yourself. And remember, when you bump into all them haters, that means you're on the right path to your greatness. And all of this just by owning your own actions and coming to your truth and being there for yourself and learning how to show up. Owning the actions by apologizing for all of your past deeds, or at least preparing for your future self when they come back around and they arise in the faces of all of those that you actually had to do wrong in order to get someplace, because you were forced to. Because this looks like doing what is right, not what is easy. Becoming the better person in every situation from here on out. Owning your own actions looks like you did your very best within every given situation with the information allowed at that time. So if your future self is arguing over what you did in the past because you didn't know something, hey, you did your best in that given moment. Perfect. Accept it. Allow it to go and flow away. Don't dwell on it. Allow life to show you all the different possible outcomes that can happen the next time around and choose your greatest outcome possible. So knowing that you did your very best at that given time with the information provided to you, that is your best. Accept it. It might have not been your greatest outcome. It might have not even been a good outcome. It might not have even been favorable. But that is okay because you still process through it. What life is telling you is take those learning key moments within whatever situation and apply them to the rest of yourself. Now, knowing your own wider truth, you can start adjusting every situation accordingly. You can start changing the way you speak to yourself and to others. You can start changing the way you are thinking. And this is your integrity. This is your inner true self, that core. And it is telling you that you are ready for change. I can feel it. It's electric in the air. So follow your inner voice to your self-acceptance and worth. Live within your truest, greatest self and your inner love. Show up for your truth and show up for yourself in life because you are the true beginning point. And do the work because you are only as good as the effort you put behind it. Because you got this. I want to thank you for joining me today. I am Toby. This is Authentic We. Be kind out there on your journey because you are loved. Ubuntu.